Well, hello, everybody. What's up? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the GG show, and thank you so much for watching. I really want to start off today's space, and I want to give a shout out. So I really want to give a shout out to the entire Gokstein team. As many of you know, there is conflict right now between um, between Israel and Hamas basically attacked Israel, and it's hard to talk about. I've been watching it all day long. I've been kind of hanging out in a listener section. The Gakstein media team has been holding this down all day, and so I want to really give a shout out to David, Leslie, Ayara, and essentially what this is. It's not like a regular news platform, right? It's not like Fox News and a bunch of other news entities that are just blaring you with whatever narrative they want you to hear. It's an open conversation on Twitter Spaces, which is extremely important. We've had people up from both sides. It gets a little bit heated at times, of course, but we are moderating the space, but we just really want to give everybody a chance to talk. Uh, Giving people a voice when they don't usually have it is extremely important. And so I would urge all of you guys to follow the Gokstein account. This space is powered by Gokstein. So I'm contracted with Gokstein. And so I absolutely love the team, but they've been holding it down all day. And I kind of debated on if I wanted to do my space or not, just because it is kind of a somber day, especially if you've been listening to these stories and seeing the images come out. It's really hard, but yeah, it's important. And so if you are so inclined to want to join the conversation, even if it's just a listener, or if you want to go up as a speaker as well, it is an open platform. Anybody can come up and speak. So the at is Gokstein, which is on the screen. You can go ahead and follow that. So big shout out to the Gokstein team. I love all you guys. You are doing an absolutely amazing job. So with that, we are going to get into the GG show. We are going to break it up a little bit, and I really appreciate you guys watching, or anybody who is taking the time to watch the recording, as this is broadcasted and saved on my YouTube and Twitch and a couple other platforms as well. So thank you so much for watching, and we are going to go ahead and get into the news. So a weekly wrap up of what is happening in the gaming space. This is Web 2 and Web 3. I'm covering the entire ecosystem. We're going to go over data. There's a lot of opinions out there, but data doesn't lie. We're going to look at the top analytics from Web 2 games on mobile, on Steam, as well as blockchain analytics. And then the third part of the show is going to be a discovery, where we're going to take a look at my game list of almost 900 that I've been adding to throughout the last couple of years. We're going to pick a few random games on there and see if we can find any gems. So that's always interesting. I actually found one last week. Last week was the first show. This is the second one. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, very good. So let's go ahead and get the news up, and there we are. So the first thing that I wanted to start out with is actually before this. I did want to say that I am watching the chat that is coming in from X, from YouTube, and also from Twitch. So I really want you guys to join in on the conversation. If you have anything to add about any of the news, the data, the games that we're going to get into later, or if you just even want to say hi, that is definitely welcome. So say hi. I'm watching the chat. And let's go ahead and get into it. I did want to start with something really positive. And so basically, Xbox celebration of the gaming and disability community continues to flourish with the Special Olympics partnership. So I thought that was really positive, and it just goes to show like anybody can enjoy games, right? The Special Olympics is definitely something that we love to see, competing on all different levels, and love to see people having fun. So that was the first positive thing that I wanted to start out with. And the second thing is actually with Gala Games. And so Gala Games is teaming up with Common Ground to drive change. Common Ground is it's a really interesting movie. Actually, it's a documentary, and it goes over climate change, but it's not like your typical let's get everybody on solar panels. It actually starts with the ground. And so if you are interested in taking a peek at why Gala is partnering with Common Ground and you want to watch an interesting documentary, I would suggest that you check this out. Okay, so that's from Gala Games. And then going into devices this week, Lenovo announced that they are coming out with their own handheld gaming system. So they've got handheld mode, they have a detachable mode, and they have a FPS first person shooter mode. And then they also said that their glasses are coming soon. So I was like, what is that? And then I scrolled over and I was like, oh, okay, here it is. So they're going to come out with the Legion glasses. Will these be a competitor to things like Meta's glasses? I'm not 100% sure. And I guess, we'll just kind of have to wait to see. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they came out with their own. You guys can definitely go to their website and check out the processor and the memory and all of that kind of stuff and see if that's something that might be on your Christmas list, as that is coming up so quick as the year ends. And then we've got the rumor that Nintendo Switch 2 may launch in the second half of 2024. Again, this is a rumor. They were rumored to be showing this around. I think it was at Token 2024. No, maybe it was a different one. But if anybody remembers in the comments, just let me know where they were showing this at. Actually, it might actually say on here. Let me see. Nintendo with application. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, we'll just skip that. I'm not really 100% sure. I forgot. But anyway, so there's that. But then they said that they're still working on Switch games for the physical year of 24-25. So that would be Nintendo One Switch. So is the Switch 2 going to come out? I'm not 100% sure, but the fact that they're still working on games for 2024 and 2025, it may be a little ways away. But I'm curious to see when Nintendo Switch 2 is going to come out. That is definitely going to be very exciting. So we'll just have to kind of wait. And then we've got the PlayStation Portal Remote Player, which is still sold out on a lot of platforms. So if you're looking to get that for Christmas or maybe buy it for your kids, I'm sure mine will want it. So I'm keeping my eye out to see like when it's in stock, but it seems to be sold out all the time everywhere. It's super, super popular. All right. And then we've got a couple of controllers that are coming out as well. Xbox released their Shadow Gold Special Edition. I think it's very pretty, but I actually like this purple one. It comes in a lot of colors, but I was looking through all of them and I'm like, ooh, I love the purple one. They need to make a pink one though, I think. Personally. And then we've also got PlayStation came out with their Deep Earth collection. These are actually pretty cool, but they actually do have purple and they have pink. So I don't know if they're targeting to girl gamers or people who love purple and pink, but they definitely have a little bit of a better variety than Xbox has, in my opinion. And I saw this and I thought this was actually really interesting. So, how much would you pay for a controller, especially if it has a lot of nostalgia behind it? So, it says this gamer's Nintendo 64 controller found in loft after 25 years, tipped to spark auction windfall. So here is the controller. It's like I'm assuming that's a picture from when this guy, now an adult, was 14 years old. So it's a pretty special and a rare Nintendo controller. And they said that at auction it could go for about £1,000. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how much it sells for. It's the Chrome Leopard is the name of that. By the way, you guys, I just wanted to throw out there before I get further into it, this show is not sponsored. So anything that I'm showing here, whether it be a specific game or a device or any news, any analytics, any websites that I'm bringing up, it's not sponsored. So I'm not trying to shill. This is just the gaming news. So it is not sponsored. Throw that out there while I remember. Okay. And then moving on a little bit, we have got the Van Gogh digital collectibles herald new partnership between Tezos Foundation and the Musée d'Orsay. Okay, so I thought this was absolutely beautiful. I've actually been to this museum. It's huge, and I wish I would have been there when this was going on. I would absolutely love to have this digital collectible. Basically, they said that they're going to offer two unique digital souvenirs. The first one is a representation of Van Gogh's final palette. And the second souvenir is going to be digital artwork intricately crafted by Carew in collaboration with the museum, inspired by his paintings. So you guys can check that out, especially if you live in Paris or if you will be going there during this time. I believe they said it came out on October 3rd. So that is absolutely beautiful. And along with speaking of Van Gogh, last week we talked about Pokemon. And they came out with some cards, which were quickly picked up by scalpers. It was a complete, you know what show, trying to keep it PC just in case my kids are watching. Hi, guys. So just in, it was a complete mess, and scalpers were there. They did say that they were going to start limiting it after that all broke out, and they apologized. They said, we're sorry that we're sold out. It was overwhelming demand. But you can, and I'm not trying to promote eBay, and hope, I'm sure that there are some of them that were scalped on here, but I just kind of wanted to show, like, this is basically what's going on. If you weren't there and if you wanted to get one, they are available on eBay. I saw one on there earlier, which I think it self refreshes. So it's not on there anymore, but I think it was like $1,500, but it was actually graded. So but most of them are around like $100 or so. But yep, so they're online. If you were not there and if you wanted to get one, you definitely still can. Because we saw with that controller, like, I mean, yeah, that was rare, but nostalgic things, especially with something as big as Pokemon, I mean, that's something that I would probably put away and get graded and keep. I think that it's really cool that they did that. And I absolutely love it. I think it's so super cute. I love his little hat. All right, and then continuing with Pokemon, Pokemon is gonna get a live action drama. They showed the first trailer. This is going to be in Japan on, Japanese TV, TV Tokyo on October 19th. I'm hoping that we'll be able to watch it here in the US, and I hope that they put subtitles with it as well, but it actually looks pretty interesting.
さあ、冒険の始まりだ。
Skip through it a little bit, but who remembers blowing into the cartridges?
うわ、これ。君に決めた。
So I absolutely love that. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. This is the Twitter page to follow it if you want to. It's Pocket Sume. There we go. And then continuing with anime a little bit, Monkey is from One Piece. He is going to be featured in the Macy's Day Parade. He's not the first video game character. There was Sonic. There's been a slew of other ones, but he is going to be there. I think that is really cool. Hopefully it's not a super windy day because that causes a lot of problems, but it looks like he's ready to fight whatever comes his way. So it's going to be amazing. And keeping with the cute and cuddly, we have Nintendo of America announced that Animal Crossing is going to be doing a partnership with Lego. So look at the cute little Animal Crossing characters. They are super, super adorable. 11.7 million views on that. Holy crap. But look at them. They're adorable. And Animal Crossing, it seems like they're on some sort of a campaign right now because they are also going to be at the Seattle Aquarium. You'll be able to visit them through December 31st. So if you're in Seattle, take your pictures with them and send it to me, DM me. I really want to see like what they look like, and I think that is really cute. I would love to be there. Okay. And then we've got, speaking of the cute and cuddly, we've got the Pudgy Penguins. So we talked last week about how they are in 2,000 Walmart stores, which is a really, really big deal. But they're also in the Walmart holiday toy book. Now, there is a little bit of controversy right now along with the Pudgy Penguins, but I'm going to let somebody else do that drama. It's a lot. I'm not going to get into it. I am aware that there is some drama around the surrounding the Pudgy Penguins, but like I said, we'll let somebody else deal with it. I'm not going to do that. I still think that they're cute. I'm still happy for like the Pudgy Penguins community and the holders, and I think it's definitely still a big W for the Web3 space. And they also announced that they are going to be in Smith's, which is a toy store in the United Kingdom. I think they said that there was going to be about 200 of them. So that's kind of like what they're looking like. You can also, if you don't have like a Smith's or a Walmart by you, you can also just go onto their website and buy them. Not trying to show, but I'm just kind of letting everybody know just because people are excited about it, obviously. So yeah, they're very cute. You can't deny that they're cute, you guys, regardless of what is going on with their founder. And Paul Frank with Julius the monkey of 28 years is going to be finding its way into the metaverse. So it's a deal with UK Web3 studio Reality Plus, and this is going to be coming out in 2024. They're going to be doing a collaboration. So I'll be excited when they announce a little bit more information on that. Love Paul Frank, so super cute. And yeah, and speaking of the super cute things, we've got the little Avagache ghosts. And I've been a fan of Avagache. They've been around for a while, but they are continuing to build, and they announced that they are going to be in the sandbox. So I can't wait to play that. I think, like, regardless of what you think about metaverses in general and the sandbox, you can't deny that the little Avagache ghosts are incredibly cute. I need to download this for my kids to play because I think that they would really, really like it. And this is super creepy. I don't like this at all. Like it's a banana with the Shell logo, and it has arms and like weird big eyes. So I don't like this story. Big Oil's using Fortnite, TikTok, and Twitch in an effort to convince kids that fossil fuels are cool, as if kids even really care about this. Like, I don't know like why they're doing this. I mean, I do because of like climate change and everything like that. But yeah, so they're partnering with some big creators or influencers who are building lands in Fortnite, and it's weird. I don't know. I mean, a big ass banana, and then they've got like gas stations all over the place trying to like put a positive spin on it. Yeah, keep your creepy banana. We don't want it. I don't want it anyway. And then continuing with Fortnite, they did announce that the IARC ratings are coming soon. So if you are creating in Fortnite, you are going to have your Fortnite creation rated. So basically, there's a not really like a quiz, but you have to go through a questionnaire at the end of it. And basically, they'll rate everything that's being put out by creators, which I definitely like. I appreciate that because, and I kind of wish like Roblox would do the same. But you know, as like a parent, and even if you have like little nieces and nephews, like you don't want your kids to be exposed to things that they aren't supposed to be exposed to. And there's a lot of bad actors out there. So the fact that it is being rated, I think, is a good thing, even though it is a little bit of a pain in the butt for creators, but it is what it is. All right, and then moving right along. So we've heard that Unity, they were changing their platform specifications, and there was a lot of controversy around that. They did kind of come to a final decision and they revamped everything. But now we're actually seeing that Unreal Engine is doing the same. So Epic last week, we talked about how they laid off about like 16% or so of their workforce. And so now they're basically saying that they're going to revamp their Unreal Engine licensing model and making it more expensive and comparable to tools like Photoshop. So is this because they are laying off and they're just trying to get extra revenue? I'm not 100% sure, but so whether you're building on Unreal or whatever engine you're building on, it seems like there's some rate increases, but they did say that for their development teams, let me see where it was at exactly. Da, da, da. Okay, game developers will be exempt from the price increase as they are considered to be Epic's core clientele. So that is good. I know that it's like extremely expensive to build a game. For the bigger entities out there, it might not be as much of a deal, but especially if you're an indie creator, like that would be, pretty devastating. And that's the whole thing with Unity as well. Like I know a lot of entities in the Web3 space that are building were like, no, like this is not cool. Like this could really like hinder the game's progression. And so hopefully hopefully that doesn't make it a lot harder for people who are building games. Okay, and then a little bit more bad news. I'm sorry, but just to kind of go over it. So the Epic Games wasn't the only entity that laid off a bunch of people. Estimated total affected in 2023 is 6131. This is updated pretty frequently. Actually, it was updated today. So there's a lot going on, and it's kind of strange. I think I don't know if this is like a common trend like right now in the gaming industry, but usually layoffs, if they're going to happen, it's in like January. So I'm not really sure why there's so many right now. But I mean, Twitch, we've got former BioWare employees. They're suing the studio for shortchanging them with low severance pay, saying that it's going to be hard for them to find a job right now. And then we've got devs at Just Cause Studio. They're unionizing. There's a lot of other things. Too many for me to list, but there's a lot going on right now. So in Web3, obviously, we're not immune to layoffs as well. Yuga announced that they were going to downsize their US team while investing in Hayden to boost the other side. So Yuga is doing a little bit of restructuring. I'm not really 100% sure what is going on there. I don't pay attention to Yuga Labs as much as I probably should, besides the fact that they are downsizing. So we also, unfortunately, I was really, really sad about this. There's a couple Web3 games that I was really, really bullish on, and I was really like following them and a fan of the team. And they said that they were going to basically close up shop, and that was Ascenders. And so I'm really, really sad to see this news from Ascenders. Also, Star Garden said that they said they're not giving up, but they're like, really like scaling everything back. And then also Metapixel, they announced that they are basically going to be shutting it down as well. So that was really sad. That was a really fun play test. We were like all like grinding to 30, trying to get our sweatshirts from Metapixel, but it looks like that is not going to be continuing anymore. So really, really sorry to see that news from the Web3 space as well. So in later, happier news, the NYX Game Awards, they announced their winners. And from the Web3 space, we have Parallel won 3 of their awards, which is super kick-ass. Love the Parallel team. Congratulations to you guys. They won Key Art, Gameplay Experience for Game Video, and then in Best Game categories, they won Best Innovation. So y'all have heard of Parallel. We all know how amazing it is. And so it's really amazing to see that they are winning some of those awards because, I mean, it's not a small deal at all. Like I was scrolling through here and I was looking at some of the other entities. Like we've got God of War, Starfield. So these are like big, big names in the Web2 space and the traditional gaming space. So it's really amazing to see that Parallel won that, and it just adds to their book of accolades. All right. And then also from the Web3 space, Games GG, shout out to you guys. They released their best of September, which I believe this is opinion. I don't think that it's like taking analytics. If that is incorrect, the Games 3 team can or the games team can correct me. But they basically said their top 5 best of September is Rec League, Nyan, Heroes, Block Lords, Pirate Nation, and Shardbound. So if you haven't already, definitely check those out because this team is a force to be reckoned with. They definitely know what they're talking about. So shout out all to you guys. And Elixir Launcher, this is based upon what is played. So this is not opinion, but on Elixir Launcher, they announced their top 10 list of, I think this was last month. Top 10 games of the week. So that is going to be Last Resort, Cyber Titans. I can't pronounce it. Taquito Official. We've got Elevators, Tolan World, Blackwater Town, Safrudix. We've got Crypto Fighters and World Eternal. And then coming in at number 10, we've got Monks Leagues. So shout out to all you guys kicking ass on Elixir. Love to see that. All right. And then moving into a little bit of weird news. Like, I love October. I love spooky seasons. I'm doing spooky streaming all month long for October. Currently, I'm playing Resident Evil 4. So you guys can check that out on my Twitch and my YouTube. So Spooky Things Ring announced that if you have a ring camera, they're going to be giving away $1 million. So what they said is lure in extraterrestrials by decorating your front porch and lawn with alien-inspired decor and impressive high-tech gear. So if you happen to catch an extraterrestrial on your Ring camera, you might have your chance at winning $1 million, which, I mean, after taxes, it's probably like 200,000, right? But still, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change. So I'm excited to see who wins that and how creative people are going to get. It would be like crazy to see aliens instead of like ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns if everybody just decorated with aliens. That'd be pretty cool. I like that a lot. And speaking of spooky games, we've got Silent Hill Ascension launches October 31st. This is the first game that really scared the hell out of me. So I'm excited to play that. I believe it's only on mobile. I did read that it's on PC, but definitely it's on mobile. So you can actually pre-download that right now. And then the last thing to close out the news, which isn't really news, but it's just kind of a fun thing since it is October and it's spooky season, are 10 games like Resident Evil to scare you silly. I might have to play some of these after I'm done with Resident Evil 4. We've got Dead Space. I've heard that's super scary. Days Gone, The Last of Us, which, by the way, just to throw this in here really quick, The Last of Us, they were working on a multiplayer, but they were actually one of the companies that had to lay off some people. And so that is not going to be coming anymore, which kind of sucks. Dying Light 2, Alien Isolation. I've heard that's really creepy. Silent Hill, the original one. Heck yeah. BioShock, huge fan of that. Left 4 Dead, and The Medium, and The Evil Within. So, what is your favorite spooky game? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any suggestions on what spooky game I should play next, definitely let me know. And with that, we are going to go ahead and get into data. All right. So let's start with some of the funding that happened. I was actually surprised to open it up from just like last Saturday. There were 3 new entities who raised quite a bit. Of course, Hayden is to be determined, but let's start with Paima Studios. They raised 1.4 million. They are a Web3 engine, the industry leading framework to create L2s, level 2s for gaming. Anybody who's not familiar with what a level 2 is, just a quick explain it like I'm 5. There's the blockchain, and then sometimes you build a layer 2 on top of a blockchain. Typically, you're going to do that for faster transactions, scaling. So that is what a L2 is. So quick little bit of education for you guys there. Gamification and autonomous worlds. So I thought that was pretty cool. So congratulations to you guys. Hayden, it doesn't say exactly how much they raised, but their lead investor is Yuga Labs. So they are, we deliver transformative AI powered spatial computing applications for immersive web experiences that seamlessly bridge physical and virtual worlds. So I'm definitely curious to see what that is going to be. I have a hunch it may be for Other Side. Other Side was supposed, I mean, I haven't really heard, actually have Other Side land like from when I minted, I haven't touched it. So I don't even know what the hell like I can do with it. Is it even a thing? Was I supposed to like, I think I was supposed to maybe do something with it. I don't even really know. But so I'm curious to see exactly what they're going to be doing with Hayden and how they are supporting and how much they raised. Since it's a secret, Yuga Labs, and then we also have Nexgami. They raised 2 million. They are light esports metavirus games. So they are uniting traditional gaming and web 3.0. And let's take a look and see what they've got going on. See if they have any games like under them. Polygon Ventures, I think was one of the people that they raised with. So yeah, you can definitely check them out if you want to. All right, so that is that part of it. And then we'll take a look at some actual data, no opinions, actual data. So from DApp Radar, the top blockchain games are Farmers World, Sweat Economy, and D-Mail Network. This is actually a social token on BNB chain. So we're just going to go over the top 3 here. From Steam, the most played from September 26th, that's the most current one, are Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, and Baldur's Gate. And then top sellers, which this one's free, but probably most downloaded, I guess. Counter-Strike 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Call of Duty, and Cyberpunk 2077. So I read some crazy stuff about Cyberpunk 2077. I think they spent like $120 million to turn it around. I think I saved some of this here. Let me see really quick. Yeah. Okay. They spent over 80 million on a single Cyberpunk 2077 expansion, and they sold 25 million copies. And they're also getting a live action Cyberpunk 2077 project. So if you are a fan of that game, you'll have to look more into that. I'm just doing overviews here. I'm not getting too far into it, you guys. This is just to give you guys more information of things that you might want to look into in the gaming space. We are going to rip right through it. Top apps on the iPhone store. I am not 100% sure what that is. Monopoly Go and My Perfect Hotel. The top grossing, Honor of Kings, Genshin Impact 3rd Anniversary, and PUBG Mobile. And then for Google Play, we've got Real Car Race Driving. This one, actually, I looked into it because I like mobile games and I love racing games, and it looked really fun. And there's also a lot of racing games coming out in the Web3 space. I actually downloaded one of them, which was pretty cool. I'll share it on my Twitter space if you guys want to check it out. But it's drag racing. And then Nextbox in Backrooms from Sandbox, which is not like Web3 Sandbox. We've got Ludo King, Royal Match, Coin Master, and Monopoly Go are the top grossing from Google Play. And then Blockchain Analytics, the top game tokens right now. And this is by market cap, you guys. Immutable X, The Sandbox, and Axie Infinity. And fourth was Gala Games. And then the monthly active games by chain, we've got BNB chain coming in first, Polygon, Ethereum, Wax, Arbitrum, and Avalanche. All right. Hot games on Ethereum right now. We've got Sorare, The Sandbox, and Altiverse. And this is by new users. So that means unique wallet addresses which interact with the protocol for the first time. So could this be somebody creating a buttload of new wallets? Yes, it could be. Sometimes these statistics are kind of hard to judge, but and I'm not saying that, Footprint Analytics is doing a bad job or whatever, or that Sorare is not on top, but I'm just saying, like, take that into consideration. All right. And then hot games on Polygon. We've got Ultimate Champions, Planet Mojo, and Sunflower Land. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of these entities, but I have been playing Planet Mojo and it's really fun. Like, I really like it. If you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely should. They also have a mobile game coming up too, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to try to play test that one. And then on BNB, again, we have Ultimate Champions, we have Second Life, and we have Star Sharks. All right. On our Bitrum, we've got the Beacon, Trident, and Battlefly. And then on Polygon, this one, unfortunately, I can't do like a week's worth of data. I just have to do a single date. So we've got IndieGG, Jump Trade, and Sunflower Land again. And then on Avalanche, we have Monsters, Snail Trail Game, and Chicken. That's like Chick-fil-A chicken, like eat more chicken, those signs that they hang up. And then on Sui, we've got Arcade Champions, Hyperspace, and Clutchy. And I wanted to also throw in some of the top social analytics here. We've got Hooked on BNB Chain. We've got Dmail Network and Galaxy, followed by Friend Tech. And yes. All right, you guys, that is the analytics, ripped right through it. The next portion we're going to get into is discovery. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so what we've got here is my list of almost 900 blockchain games that I've been adding to this list. So we're going to take a look at some of these and see if we can find some gems. We're going to randomize it here as best as I can. I'm just going to kind of scroll through and see if I can pick 3. All right, so let's do this one. And scroll down a little bit further, this one, and a little bit further, and we'll do that one. Okay, so let's take a look and see, A, are they still active? B, what are they building? C, what's their website look like? And is it a game that we would like to play? And of these 3, which one would we deem the champion? Okay, so because it's so hard to keep track of 900 games, I mean, I don't have that much time in my day. You guys probably don't either. So that's the whole purpose of this, is let's break apart that 900 game list, which is growing every single day, and let's just see if we can find some gems. And all right, so World Challenge game, it looks like, are they still active? September 5th, 2022 is their pinned, but they do have something pretty recent, which is on October 6th. So what is going on? Let's see here. It is a board game and video game. That's interesting, with digital collectibles. Let's take a look at their website and see what that looks like. This is in Spanish. So the premier table game with blockchain technology, I believe, is what that says. Anybody can correct me if that is not correct, but I cannot read this whole entire thing in Spanish. Let's take a look at their video and see what that looks like.
Bueno, el mundo de los juegos de mesa es bastante
conocimiento pueda acumular tokens, que será nuestra propia criptomoneda, donde tendremos un marketplace, podrás canjear los puntos acumulados por NFTs, que son los que más valor van a tomar con el tiempo.
That's kind of interesting. That is actually really interesting. I don't know of another game that is actually like a physical board game, also with NFTs on it. So, all right, you guys can check that out if you want. The second random one on the list is Heroes of Mavia, 300K on beta waitlist. Build your army, conquer opponents, win Ruby. Developed by SK Rice Studios or Sky Rice Studios. And let's see. Okay, their pinned is from September 9th. It looks like they are active. And let's see what it is. Play to Earn is dead. We created a new Web3 gaming model that scales to millions of players, allows free to play and NFT players to participate, and work seamlessly on mobile, Apple and Google's iStore. Okay. Let's look at their website. By the way, you guys, I am not vetting any of these games. If I see that it's a blockchain game, I add it to my list. So do your own research if you are thinking about checking these out more. Definitely do your research and don't just like download things. So sorry, I'm not really vetting them, but that's kind of what we're doing here is just taking a look at them. So command your army to victory, build your base, grow your army. Oh, it looks like tower defense. Okay, that looks pretty interesting. Hero and statue NFTs. It's so much more than just a game. It looks like they maybe have their own marketplace. Backed by world-class partners, Binance, Crypto.com. Ooh, okay. Yield Guild. They have quite a few people backing them. And they've got their team docs done here. All right, that actually looks pretty interesting, especially if you like tower defense games. Sometimes I love them and sometimes I absolutely hate them. It kind of depends on if I'm, if I'm winning or not. But yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. And then the third one is Ember Sword. And I know that this is still active because it's on one of these other tabs that I'm going to show you guys in just a moment. So Ember Sword, it's a free-to-play cross-platform MMORPG. I love MMORPGs. Play anywhere instantly. No pay to win, which is cool. I love when it's not a pay to win. Own and shape the world. All right, let's see. I want to see if I can find anything. Any like gameplay. Oh, I love when games show their artwork. Like the early artwork. That's awesome. Let's take a look at their website really quick. Embersword.com. The Ultra Deep Ember Sword. What is it? A social sandbox MMORPG. Crafting a new MMORPG adventure. Players can go on epic adventures and share experiences and knowledge. Looks pretty cool. The gallery. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, it looks like something that I would check out, especially because it's MMORPG. All right, so between World Challenge Game, The Heroes of Mavia, and Play Ember Sword, what would you guys, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be biased, but which one would you guys say is the game that you would be most likely to check out? Ember Sword, Heroes of Mavia, or World Challenge Game? Let me know in the comments. Like, let me know what you guys think because I'm really curious to see. I'll put out a poll on Twitter so that way if you like want to anonymously say which one you think is the best one, we'll get a little poll going. We'll get a little versus. So I'll do that when I wrap up the show here. And what I wanted to say here is I wanted to just kind of highlight some of the games that are coming out because everybody's like, oh, it's taking too long for the games. They've been in development for a while. So I just wanted to kind of showcase the fact that we've got a lot of games that are coming up now and they're doing play tests. And so there's quite a few of them, but I just kind of picked a handful of them just to show you guys like what is coming up. So we've got Golden Tides, and I'm just going to roll through these really quick. We're not going to dive in, but you can obviously check them out. The Twitter is right there. So we've got Roll Tides is going to be doing their play test. The Bornless Halloween play test, I'm actually going to be streaming that one as part of my spooky October games play test. We've got Trial Extreme coming up. We've got Last Expedition. We have Moonfrost, which look at this, 7,000 of you signed up for our first ever playtest. Like that's quite a bit. That's amazing. That's really good to hear. We've got Theorycraft Games, and they actually have Project Loki is their game. We've got ZTX is a virtual world. We've also got Ember Sword, which we just talked about. So that's really funny that I picked that one randomly. They're coming up with their playtest as well. And then the last one is Metalcore. This team actually kicks a lot of ass, so I saved it for last. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so they're doing their playtest as well. And so they actually have a pretty cool event lined up for you guys if you have access to that and you want to check that out. So with that, that is the show for this week. I definitely want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let me know which news you thought was the most interesting. What do you think of the data section? Do you guys like that? Like, are you feeling it? Because I feel like so much of these Twitter spaces and everything, it's like an echo chamber, and we're really like not looking at a lot of the data enough, right? So there's that. And then also, which game do you think is the best one that we randomly picked here? Who's the winner? Let me know. And with that, you guys have a wonderful night. Again, I want to give a shout out to the Gokhshtein media team, who is holding it down in Twitter spaces, talking about the recent events in Israel and Pakistan. So I don't know why I can't pull up the account here though. Let me like do that really quick, just so that way if you guys want to join the open conversation that they're having, which is super important. My pages are not loading right now. I don't know why, of course, because when you want something to work, it doesn't. So give me just 1 second to plug in their Twitter page, and so that way you guys can go there and check it out. And they've got some graphic images on their website, so definitely make sure that if you are sensitive to those, or if you have like little kids around you, I hid them, but their account is Gokhshtein. So thanks again to the entire Gokhshtein team for holding it down. They've been hosting Twitter Spaces for, I think it's like 24 hours or something straight. And so Leslie, David, and Iara are holding it down right now. You guys, anybody can come up. It's an open conversation from both sides. So really important things that everybody is talking about. We give everybody a platform. We're not like we're not a we're not a media company that is owned by anybody. David is a very fair individual. He gives everybody a voice, and so anybody can come up. It's interesting to listen to as well, especially if you're not really if you don't know a lot about what's going over there, because people who actually like live there, they are coming up and they're telling like their side of the story, and so it is like really interesting as well. So it's great to kind of know what's going on, even though it is a really sad situation. A lot of innocent people are no longer living because of what's going on over there. I don't want to get too like gory with it, but yeah, so definitely check those guys out. This space is powered by Gokhshtein Media, so thanks to Gokhshtein. It is not sponsored by anybody. However, I am looking for sponsors, so if you happen to want to sponsor my show, let me know in my DMs, and I will see you guys next Saturday. This is a weekly roundup show, so every Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be looking at the news, the data, and the discovery section of what is going on in gaming, both Web 2 and Web 3. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and I will see you next week. Bye.